miles an hour when they brake.
Here's your performance difference. No difference at all.
No, can't even get a toe.
Fantastic. A long drag down to the what is effectively the only real hairpin. Big chatter on the subsidence and the tarmac rucking, a bit like sort of skidding on a carpet or a rug, and just sending those ripples through the vehicle. Porpoising, they call it. And yes, there we are. Back onto the start-finish straight.
Yeah, now have Toyota done their homework? Have they got enough fuel to get to the end? It was a splash and dash. It was so short, Carlton. We don't know. We're going to find out in the next 30 minutes. We're going to take a short break.
Indeed.
And we'll be back here at Shanghai.
Let's get it over and done with, shall we? Welcome back. We have a new leader. It is Audi Team Yost, and a fantastic, well, it was using the traffic, I think you might say. Let's have a look. This is how it happened just a few moments ago. Toyota just hampered ever so slightly the Oak Racing 45 car getting involved, but that's what endurance racing is all about. You see the reaction back at Audi. And the lead, almost a healthy one, very quickly, 2.5 seconds now, Mark.
Yeah, as we said, pressure tires for the Audi. They've got the four-wheel drive potential, which the Toyota doesn't. The track is extremely dirty now. It is cooling down, and Audi's getting plenty of grip as we go into this last 25 minutes of the race. Incidentally, that Oak Racing car we just briefly saw, the 45, in the hands of David Cheng, his first ever world endurance race. Beijing-born Chinese driver, lives in Hong Kong. He won the Shanghai 3 hours here back in September, so good track experience, and he kept well out of the way.
Only just enough track there, as you saw, for Trouillet to get through traffic just before the turn. If you are the leader and you're going through traffic, they are fully aware, of course, on radios, but some drivers get a bit fogged out there in the heat of battle. And really, they're only aware that the lead cars are coming through once the leader has gone through. So it does advantage, if you like, the trailing car. And that's exactly what happened for the Audis. Toyota, big wake-up call for the GT boys that were coming through. And in fact, Oak Racing, the 45 car out there with Cheng. And, well, as we say it, through that technical sections, through 1 through to 4, a busy time for the 7 Toyota, despite the fact that everyone knew they were coming. Here we go.
Alex Wirtz then just getting completely out of shape there, bounces over the curbs, thumps into the side of the Aston Martin. That's the 97 car in the hands. That's our race leader, GT leader, Darren Turner, Stefan Mucker's car. Big thump in the side of them. Hope it hasn't hurt them. But
well, we were suggesting, Mark, a few moments ago that there might well be some drive-throughs because it's so robust here.
Yeah, I think race director will be looking at all these incidents, but whether or not they want to do anything about it, don't spoil what is a cracking race now. Been 5.5 hours of not much happening. Final 30 minutes, all come
Tracy.
And Tracy, I think he abandoned that earlier, I think.
I'm being unkind.
Yeah, do you remember we saw...
It's Mediani who's on board.
Mediani, is it?
There we are.
We saw Tracy Crone going off early, didn't we, at the same place. That's the pit entrance, I think.
There we are.
But
it may well have been Mediani on board as well, because we've had a few reveal issues with our timing. So apologies to Tracy Crone if it wasn't him earlier on.
So 2.9 seconds is the gap now between the number 7 car and the one ahead of it, the number 1 car, Benoit Trouillet on board the Audi, Alex Wirtz on board the Toyota, and the race is starting to go away from them now, Carl.
I think so, and they know it. Long arms have been folded.
Yeah.
Yes, drop shoulders, I think you might say.
Kinoshita-san says it all, doesn't he? That Japanese look of resignation, but giving nothing away.
Absolutely, yes. Inscrutable. 24 minutes just over remaining, and you look further down the order here. Let's give you an update, shall we? LMP2, because it's been so busy up front. G-Drive Racing, Martin has got it at the moment ahead of the brace of Oak Racing cars. That 26 G-Drive machine has been amazing, the Orica Nissan. If they get a class win today, it will be another great story. And Nissan, well, they've lived up to a lot, and we were talking about them mining the talent that is gamers out there. I think what it's actually proven is it shouldn't be really a surprise. We now realise that gamers can become drivers. It basically shows you just how good these games are, and how you can map your mind, if you like, to being a race driver by doing it virtually and turning it into reality. It's been quite a journey for a number of those guys. Looking a bit further down as well, that's the 97 GT Pro car. Stefan Mucker is on board. Bruno Senna is riding wingman and keeping the AF Corsa with Weilander on board, the 458 in third place at the moment. And there they are, just locked together on track and doing a proper job. That's the 99 car with Bruno Senna running in second place, and he's not going anywhere other than that. He's doing a fantastic job of exactly his role. 8-Star Motorsports are leading the AM class, the Ferrari 458 Italia. And if you're wondering what happened to the JCW, the Camel Walter car, along with Stuart Hall and the man who started us off, Jonathan Adam, they are running third in class at the moment. Probably could have done better, I think. To be fair, a lap down on the leader, but second place is within sight if they can get by the Porsche 911 GT3. Partala is on board with the IMSA Performance Mapment machine.
Yeah, let's just go back to the that 96 Aston Martin. As you say, Jamie Campbell-Water, Johnny Adam and Stuart Hall, they came here leading the championship. They're going to lose that lead today if 8-Star Motorsport finish ahead of them, as they're leading the category at the moment. Rieguas, Potolicio and Jean-Carl Benet, and that is going to hurt them if they take that. But it will go down to the final in Bahrain, so everything to play for there.
And I think, to be honest, when it comes to Bahrain, those who don't manage their tyres particularly well, and that seems to be anything other than the Aston Martins, who've been extremely happy here. They've had the pace mark, they've had the longevity, no tyre issues, it seems, been in a, well, having a happy one. It's almost as simple as that. So that bodes well for Bahrain, because tyre issues, because of the temperature, particularly for the Porsches, might well be a factor.
21 minutes away from becoming world champion. If they hold this position, no problems in third place. They only need a fourth for Alain McNish to take that, together with Tom Christensen and Loic Duval, and all looking very, very good indeed. But look at this, Alex Wirtz, 2 times Le Mans winner, just trying so hard, pushing that car almost beyond its own limits.
There's a happy uncle. There he is. He's already got the manufacturers, and he's going to have the drivers at the end of this one, provided Alain McNish, who's on board the 2 car at the moment, can hold station in third place. I think he might well leave the racing to car number 1, which has got the better of the Toyota 7 machine at the moment. So Audi R18 e-tron Quattro. So much development has gone into this machine. Audi have been a friend of endurance racing for an awful long time. They managed to find a new way to challenge themselves on a regular basis, which is remarkable for a manufacturer that's been so deeply involved with endurance racing for such a long time.
Yeah, well, of course, the whole point of the Audi program is this rubs off on their road program. You've probably seen the advert that's running at the moment for the Audi Quattro. There are 23 different models you can buy with Quattro power, and that has all come straight out of endurance racing. Lena Gade then watching her number 1 car, the car that she took to 2 Le Mans wins, 2 World Championships, remember, and this year they're not going to win the World Championship, but they are going to win this race if nothing goes wrong in the next 20 minutes.
Blue flags are waving for this brace of Astons. Why is that? They've got a lead car coming through in just a few moments' time by the looks of things, and there you get the long view. It's a busy place.
Well, I think probably the marshals are giving the blue flag to the 97, thinking the 99 is going to gobble him up. But of course, they're not privy to what we know, that Senna is there as a team player, and he is playing wingman to this car, the 97 car, Stefan Mucker, which is about to take the win.
Well, we've got to squeeze in another commercial break. We will take that now, but we'll keep in touch with any changes that may occur. Just over 19 minutes to go. Welcome back. You're with our leader. Trullier is on board the number 1 Audi. Toyota took a gamble. They rolled the dice, and they just took a splash and dash at the final stop in order to come out of the pits ahead of the Audi. Tyre wear has been an issue here throughout all classes, and it has bitten Toyota, unfortunately. It's translated into an easing. There is really only 1 speed for a race driver, and it's usually full on. However, they've just been through a speed trap, and I can tell you that they've shared on the start-finish straight about back straight, I beg your pardon. They've shed around about 9 kilometres per hour, still chucking in 280 odd kilometres per hour nonetheless, but that isn't easing, and it's now about conservation, Mark.
Yep. Yeah, it's just about getting to the finish now, isn't it? There's your 4 class leaders then. 8 Star Motorsports, what a great run for them this weekend, but they got really badly hurt in the GTM Championship by not being able to race at Fuji. They were there, but they didn't race like everybody else, and it's quite an extraordinary, bizarre situation of handing out points to everyone. But I think, as Carlton will tell you, there's a good reason for handing out points and declaring it a race.
Well, yes, they didn't have to refund any tickets, and it was a near sellout. so there you go. It was also a washout, as you could see. But yeah, they said they're going to make it up to the fans. Well, just give them their money back.
Well, anyway. They did open everything up after the race to the fans. They could come in, walk in the pits and talk to people, and it was a very fan-friendly meeting. Despite that, 80,000 spectators turned out in that rain.
I mean, how do you give all of those a ham sandwich to cheer them up?
They got caught in the tail, of course, of Typhoon Wicha, and that another typhoon, as you know, has hit the Philippines at the moment. Similar wind speeds to what they've got here, 199 miles an hour. Yeah. Just as I heard that, I was thinking of this backstretch here at Shanghai.
Exactly.
But here we are. There's the number 7 car, the only surviving Toyota. If there's any bad luck going, it seems to be Ant Davison's car that always gets it, number 8 car, out about an hour ago with a broken front suspension. No particular reason, there was no collision, and doesn't know what happened. He just braked as normal for turn 10, and the front dipped, and as we saw, wheel canted sideways and damaged the front bodywork. Too much to repair.
Yeah, really sad, actually. Ant Davis, fantastic driver, and he always has a fantastic summation as well of a situation. And yes, never lets his shoulders drop, which is something you have to appreciate at this level, because there are so many more moody drivers that let it get to them, but Ant just keeps bouncing back, and just hope that continues. Good
driving there by both of those battling GTs, making plenty of space for Alex Wirtz to come through on his mission to try and catch that Audi, but it's 11.2 seconds at the last count, that gap between the Audi and the Toyota. Audi in number 3 with McNish, and we've not seen Rebellion, I don't think, the whole race. Maxime Betch on board that car at the moment in 4th place, and then John Martin behind him leading LMP2 for G-Drive, but their race, unfortunately, the championship chances have gone away from them, particularly with losing that Le Mans 24 hours podium, and it looks unlikely they're going to be able to take that championship this year. The championship leaders Baguette, Plowman and Gonzalez for Oak Racing.
Has a sting, doesn't it, Le Mans, because it is double points, and if you get it wrong there, it has big implications for the run for the rest of the season. Luckily, Le Mans comes reasonably early, 3rd round of the season. 41 car just exiting. This is the Greaves Motorsport machine, running in 4th place at the moment. Bjorn Verdheimer, I believe, is on board now. Yeah,
that was his helmet. Bjorn, of course, very much a journeyman, 33 years old now. I mean, had huge hopes for Formula 1. He won the 2003 European Formula 3000 Championship.
Yeah, 3000, yes.
But hasn't really done anything since. He raced for Greaves in Brazil and in Japan this year, but hasn't really had a great career since then. While his teammate, his compatriot Tom Christensen went on to huge things, Bjorn's career sort of stalled.
Bless him. 12 minutes, just over that remaining. We have one more short break to take. It looks like things, hostilities-wise, have settled down, but you start thinking that at a race such as this, Mark, and then all hell breaks loose all of a sudden. That's exactly what happened just before we came to air.
Well, I think Audi must be well aware that their number 1 car had a puncture in the first hour, and they're just so hoping, keeping everything crossed, that they're not going to have another one in the last hour, because that would really screw things up for them.
One of the prettiest liveried cars out there is the black, gold and red of the Lola Rebellion Racing. We finally hook up with it and give it its just desserts. Running 4th place at the moment, and indeed on track ahead of the P2s, as you'd expect, G-Drive Racing. Rebellion have been a long-time friend of endurance racing, haven't they?
They have. They've done a great job this year. Of course, they had big competition to start with from Stracker Racing with their Honda, but Stracker, having won the petrol privateer division at Le Mans, pulled out so they could concentrate on next year. And it's left Rebellion as a one-horse race for the petrol privateer division. Of course, 2 weeks ago, when we should have been racing in Fuji, the second Rebellion car was racing at Petit Le Mans. They took the win there with Nico Prost, so congratulations on that. And they have already won the Privateer Championship for this year. So well done, Rebellion, well done, Bart Hayden and all his team.
26 car, G-Drive Racing.